Good morning, traders, and God bless. I've been looking around this morning. It's like there was market movement before our market opens. And then when it gets close to our market open, it goes dead. It's almost like we've been set up. But who knows? It's all hearsay until it happens, right? Does kind of seem obvious, though. I mean, I had 8 or 10 stocks listed up here in Momo, and now they're just disappeared 5 minutes prior to our market opening. Well, hopefully we'll find something today. Yesterday wasn't such a good trading day. It was definitely not a buyer's market except for a couple of trick plays with DWAC and SAVE. That's about the only thing I saw moving yesterday. I did make some plays on DWAC. I did come out with a profit, but they weren't easy. The spreads were awful. I think I lost 30% of my profit due to spreads. So if you're new here popping in, we'll be watching this volume spike column for anything that moves. I coded this. This is our scanner. If anything's moving in the market, a percentage will jump up right here. Green or red, it'll let you know which direction it's going. This is the momentum indicator. It's been looking back 30 minutes for anything that's moving. If it's been moving a little bit, it's going to get a small number. If it moves a lot, it crawls up the ladder and gets a larger number. Once we see a volume spike, we'll immediately be checking the current volume bar, which is this little green square here, and this is the current volume bar, and you can see the numbers. We like to see high volume flow before we get in a trade so we can get in and out safely. Once we get that spike and confirm the volume, we confirm the crossover of these two moving averages. They are the 5 and the 13. And then we watch for these spike arrows to come in. These arrows are not determined by the moving averages. They are actual buyer and seller spikes. So they're a good thing to keep your eye on. And up here, you'll see a bullish and bearish label pop in once it's bullish or bearish. These are also two volume indicators. This one is Dominator Master, and it lets you know the percentages of the buyers and the sellers in this candle, or I should say bar. It's not a candle. And this is the older Dominator. This one still really rocks the trading world. It's great. It shows the buyers and the sellers. And I want to clarify that it's not actual buyers and sellers. This indicator here is watching the volume. If there's a volume increase and the price is going up, I call it buyers. If the volume increases and this turns red and the price is going down, I call it sellers. And I divided the two to get these percentages. So these lines would be the sellers, and this is the buyers. So sit with us, enjoy your coffee as we wait on a stock pick to start up. It's 6 o'clock. I'm not seeing much happening, just a cheaper stock. It's only paying a few pennies, $1.42 to $1.44 to $1.46. Not worth my investment money. And it has a tall wick on the top. And what are tall wicks? They are sellers driving it back down. Hope we can do much better than yesterday. Yesterday was really quite boring for me. I don't know about you. You can see these percentages popping in, but the numbers are not rising. This could just be single purchases. If it's really worth the click, it's going to climb its way up the watch list. This is Roma. You got to watch this stock. It's quite tricky. About the moment you get in, it could bail on you. Just like right here. Just like right there. I was watching this stock yesterday. I could not trust it to get in it, so I left it alone. Just when you think it's going up, boom, somebody drops a bunch of sells. Hollywood sounds like you fell into that trap. You can see all the red drops in this stock, even in after hours trading yesterday. It's always nice to go back and look at previous activity before you get in a stock to see how it's performing. Might save you a few dollars if you'll take the time to do that. See that drastic drop right there, and there, and there. It's awful. It was a hard one. Just stay clear of it. That's my opinion. Andy, was it working yesterday? And you haven't made any changes? So here's the deal. Yesterday, after the market closed, I could not trade after hours. My pre-market riser scan just turned off. I think it has to do with Schwab and not with us. I actually think they're forgetting to turn on after hours for half of the world. I don't know what's with this company. They seem to not be on the right track for some reason. This bottom one is not the same as the top one. This one uses the basic ThinkorSwim after hours code. This one down here was custom coded by me. It takes into consideration yesterday's after hours trading and kind of watches them over in pre-market this morning. But they do produce different stocks. That's why I run both of them. Damn it. Sorry about that. I just dropped my coffee all over. Give me 5 minutes. Maybe I didn't need any this morning. All right, I'll deal with that later. At least I got the swimming pool cleaned up. That would be the swimming pool of coffee on top of my desk. No, but it did go up underneath the hub and all of those kind of connections, but I've got it dried up. I'll clean it up later. If I move too many wires around, I might go out. I don't want that to happen. Yeah, it could have been worse. Could have been right on top of the laptop. Starting to look like a quiet morning again. TSM moving. It's $109. Can you buy 1,000 shares of that one? Stonks, yes, they are. Both of them are available. Ricky, you just click on the name up here. That's all you need to do to sort them. They are sorted through the software. There's no way to sort what's happening as far as numbers. But they should be listed from lowest to highest towards the top on the Momo. What sorts the numbers is I guess, the rise and the fall of the stock. Of course, the higher the numbers, the better. I don't set those numbers, the traders do, from buying and selling. You are welcome. MRAI. It has no volume. If it doesn't have volume, there's no reason to post them. I can find stocks that pop up all day long that aren't moving. And if they're just barely moving, I'm still not interested. We need high volume flow. We need to know that everyone is attracted to that stock. Amen, Hollywood. That's what it's all about, is buyers and sellers. If you can't find them, why don't you look for them? That's how I see it. You got to know where they're trading. Something is drawing them somewhere, and it's up to us to find them with the volume spike. We want to follow the crowd, follow the money. I guess that's the word for it. CELU. I'll put it up there for you guys, but I probably won't trade it. 27-cent stock. Joel, that'll work as well. Lord, help us. We need a stock play, please. Roma trying to encourage you to get in. Good morning, Joshua. What is on my screen is everything in current setup, except for the scans. You'll find them over in TOS scans.
Dominator crossover.
Sounds like I need to kill my alerts. Penny stock looks pretty strong. Morning, Barry. Well, I hope it don't work that way, Dana. If it is, we're doomed. I think what's happening to us is that big white building up north. That's what's happening to us. Good job, Skits. Yeah, I don't want to call out no names, Biden. I know. Yeah, keep it clean. You may get us booted off of YouTube. Not seeing a volume spike on LQR. I am now, though. Very low volume. Skits, did you buy the dip on CELU? The pullback was waiting on you. Patiently waiting as we look for something to start moving. MRAI making small moves, no high volume yet. Robert, I think me putting those images up there really helped out on the support department. I think now they can see what they're looking for. Maybe that was the problem all along. Smart move, Skits. Well, I'm missing my coffee about now. I think I may have to take a trip downstairs and go make another cup. So while it's slow, I am Ricky Gaspard. I'm a guy who trades from his home office. I've been trading since 1990. I'm also a ThinkScript coder, and I write my own script. Starting with this volume spike, it measures buyer and seller data, or up data and down data. To be more specific, positive and negative. Positive going up, negative going down, and it pops the numbers up right here for us. This indicator is looking back 30 minutes for anything that's moving. If it moves a little bit, it gets a small number. If it moves a lot, it gets a large one. Once we get a volume spike, we focus right here on the current bar volume to see if there's a lot of buyers and sellers so we can get in and get out safely. We watch for this bearish and bullish signal up here on the current candle. Currently, it's bearish. Down here is the overall volume of the stock. We don't use bars. We break our volume down as far as last bar, current bar, and over here you will find an average if there's more buyers and sellers in the overall volume of the stock. These are also volume indicators. This one is bar format. It shows you the seller percentage and the buyers. It also has a label to let you know if there's more buyers or sellers in the current bar. This one's also volume. This would be positive volume going up. An example would be buyers. Or these are the sellers down here. This keeps track of everything that's happened in the past so that you know if there's been more buyers or sellers in the stock. To get all of these indicators, you have to join our Discord, but first join our YouTube channel. I'll post a link down here in the chat. If you haven't joined my YouTube channel, please do so. It helps support the channel. Like the videos, comment on the videos, share the videos, click the bell icon. You know the procedure. It lets you know if I'm live or if I'm going live or if I post something new on YouTube. To get all of these scripts, you have to join our Discord, and I'll post a link down below. In Discord, you'll find the scripts that you're looking at on the screen over in our current setup. There's a link to our Discord. You have to accept the disclaimer to see the channels. Don't just join and go away. I actually had to delete 300 unfinished members. They never finished the sign up. I don't know what held them back. The next step is accept the disclaimer. You just have to click the little button. But anyhow, you'll find all these scripts over in current setup. If you don't know about Discord, go to the Start Here button and read the little thing I put together to direct you through Discord, help you understand it. It's just a bunch of channels. It's nothing really hard to learn. If you don't know how to install these scripts, labels, and indicators, head over to the how-to videos, especially video number 8. It will walk you through the installation of labels and scripts. Visit our trading floor channel where we have Gregster and River Place Dad doing their due diligence on stocks, and they post stocks throughout the day as they find them. Over in Options Trader, you'll find Bobby. He's the king of options over there. He gives pointers throughout the day, and he also holds a live stream like I do. When he has time, he also holds a full-time job, and when he has enough participants, he'll hold a live stream and take you a little bit deeper into options. I appreciate you joining us this morning, and never trade off of my screen. Make sure that you set your own computer up. My screen can be delayed, and it can cost you money. Thank you for joining us this morning as we wait on the next volume spike to occur. Robert, you probably won't like hanging around me. You'll hear me running around all day long, so I ain't saying, my name is Ricky Gaspard, and I've been trading since 1990. It's like I program my brain that way. LAES. I'm not seeing a volume spike. It just popped up. It may do something. Very low volume. Very low volume. Very low volume. That don't mean it won't pick up, though. Dominator lines, red over green. Yeah, we traded it just a day or two ago. I don't know if we traded it, but we marked it out. Low profile, I'll go out there and shake the chickens every morning. I beat them up even. AGFY, it's not on my scanner. I don't like these kind. I see the spreads already jumping all over the place. We're at a 10% spike. Not making any progress right now, bouncing around between 260, 250 something, and 230. That's 30-cent jumps in one candle. I don't want it jumping negative on me. That's why I don't like these kind. Even though it looks pretty strong. Maybe a pullback here. Let's see what happens. It'll probably be a short-lived one. I don't like stocks that did not trade yesterday and then all of a sudden they're moving this morning. I don't know if it's trickery or good. Never been able to determine that. Good job, David. You caught it early. That's what was good. I got on it late. That's what happens when your scan refreshes before mine. I think David trades like I do. You sell the farm when you see something good. You might only get one opportunity today, so you might as well take advantage of it. That's how I look at the market. See you later, Mr. Rodriguez. I don't think I would count on a second run up on this stock. The run is already over. Now everybody trading it are the ones that missed it. Never try to trade on the backside of a big run. Unless the stock is trending up. This one's only trending today. It didn't even trade yesterday. I mean, it did, but look how flat it was. I'm not saying it won't take off because I said that, because they usually do, but the run was already over. Call this a one-shot wonder. Because you had your one shot, now you're wondering. Good job, Dusty. Looks like we're getting second wind here. Let's see if we can get above 229. Or does it become a brick wall? I'm watching the buyers and the sellers down here. They're battling it out. I'm also watching volume here. I don't think it's going very far when the buyers and sellers are equal. That there is a temptation candle or a teaser. Brian, I'm watching 4 different time frames. I'm running multiple monitors. I'm watching the tick chart, 133, the 1 minute, the 5 minute, and the 15. Sharky, these arrows are volume spikes. It lets us know that the buyers are coming in. They have nothing to do with the moving averages. It's based off of this indicator over here. And this is the 5 and the 13 EMA. What this stock has going for it is that the price is hanging around the 5 EMA. That's a sign of strength. And the lines never cross back over. That's another good sign. Starting to see separation between sellers and buyers. That's a sign of strength. I am not in this trade. Didn't show up on my scanners until David called it out, and when I got to it, it was already up here, and I wasn't going to chase the top of the run. And then over here, you wonder if it's going up again, so I don't trade wonders. I like to catch these right here. Good job, Sonia. Nice jump up. Nice strength. Still above the 5 EMA. The EMAs are 5 and 13 EMA. That's what I use for scalping. They're the fastest moving of the indicators. I could use a 3, but that's too quick for me. 5 and 13 works fine. Hollywood, which indicator are you referring to? I believe I have it set at 1,000. Let me check it for you. It's actually set at 5,000 on the pre-market risers. That would be the top one. And the custom one is set at 2,000. You could probably set both of them at 2,000. They need to be set low for pre-market so you can catch them as they first start moving. Now that you brought that to my attention, I'm going to put both of them at 2,000. So we're bouncing around between here and here. Or we could be bouncing around between here. Thank you, Malik, for your donation. Greatly appreciate you. God bless you. Outsider, they should be. I don't believe the scalping arrows have a setting. I'll look into it and see. That's my current settings on V4. I don't think I've changed anything on it. John, these two scans will turn off at market open. They won't have any data in them whatsoever. They're specifically for pre-market. AMD having a little bump. Might be some pre-earnings investors. I have other scans for market open. You'll find out I have too many scans. Problem is, most of them work great. You just have to find the ones that work for you. So everything you see up here is free, even these live streams. We run on donations. If you feel like I contributed to your expertise in trading, then you can donate by hitting the $ down there where you type in the chat. Then click in super chat and name in your donation price. Or you can go to Patreon, where I have a monthly option for $5 up to $30. You pick the amount. All donations go back into keeping this going. I'm paying it forward. I'm giving it all away so I can help other people get on their feet and save a few professional traders that were losing money prior to finding my YouTube channel. So all I really did was put my brain in an indicator, actually several indicators, so I wouldn't have to explain what I was thinking like I have to do to my wife all the time. And it makes it easier to figure out which direction you need to head when trading. Yeah, we're going to keep it simple here, David. Stick to the plan. That's what I say. That's what's always worked for me. Stick to the plan. Yeah, but it's still going to stay calm. I like laid back trading. That's what I like. No stress. Wait for the play to set up. Click the button. Done. It's not about stress. If you let emotions get into this, you're not going to be too happy. If you try to create a trade, you're not going to be too happy. You have to let the trade come to you, wait for it to happen, and pull the trigger. Yeah, I've already cleaned up most of it. I'm going to have to wait till after the live stream. I have a bunch of wires to move. And it's like every time I move wires, I lose a monitor or a connection. Lisa, that's one thing I don't do is I don't go predict what a stock's going to do because no one really knows. I also don't buy stocks because the TV said to, or because the guy next door said to. I don't listen to nobody but numbers. These numbers right here. But we used to back in the day. That's the only source we had was, what are y'all buying? It is 6 a.m. Usually turn it on around 5:30 if I didn't oversleep. That would be Central Time. So the SPY is up in pre-market. I don't know why we don't have stocks running. I have not traded yet. I didn't have a shot at this one because when I pulled it up, it was already up here. And I don't trade the tops of green candles. Dana, have a blessed one. Send me a dozen donuts. See you later, Joseph. Have a blessed day. THUN. I am in Texas, southeast Texas on the water. Not exactly on the water, but I'm about a quarter mile from the upper Galveston Bay. You're just down the road then. I'm in Kima. This city has a history of corruption in the past. Of course, I think it's still corrupt to this day because no one appreciates the mayor, I don't think. I think our high today is 65. Looks like fun is not fun anymore. Hollywood, I'm about 5 minutes from the boardwalk. But I think it's a tourist attraction. It's not a local thing. Because on the weekends, we can't even move in that area. That's how heavy the traffic is. But they're fixing to figure all that out. We had a lot of highway construction going on. Now they moved all the traffic above the city roads. That should help a lot. Ricky, I agree. I think one day Houston's going to take us all over. That will never be good news. Well, I thought that one was going to keep climbing, and it all of a sudden disappeared. We blew right through 7 o'clock without any activity. John, I'll take a look at it, see if it can be done. Right now it's producing multiple numbers. I don't know how that's going to work, but I'll try it. John F., also send me a direct message to remind me. I'm an older person. I forget easy. Is HOTH a symbol? Red line above the green one. Don't know if I like that. I don't like that tall candle wick either. That's devastating right there. Ricky, they don't have to be exact as long as they're moving and they key you off to a stock that's moving. You're welcome, Lisa. Those candles tell you a story. You got to learn to read them. Save is going to have to do much better than it did yesterday. It downtrended all day. I wasn't going to play the bounce up on a downtrend. I did pretty good on DWAC if the spreads wouldn't have tore me up so bad. But I did make a nice profit. Got to play 2 pullbacks on back-to-back on DWAC. They were awful. Not just nutty, they were awful. I use limit orders all the time. The problem is when the spread's jumping up and down and you're trying to catch it within your range. I did catch one of them. I missed the second one and ended up paying about a 20-cent spread. I do sometimes, unless I'm chasing the spread. I do not. And I don't set stop losses. I don't take profits. I have full control with a mouse click. That's how I trade. I don't say, okay, I'm willing to lose 10%. To me, that's the worst decision a person can make, is to say I'm willing to lose 10% on a stop loss if it doesn't go my way. It's kind of like giving up to me. Plus, you set a stop loss, and every time the market makers are going to drop down, trigger your stop loss, and run up. That is correct. I'm willing to lose 50 or $100, but I'm not going to say I'm giving up 10% when I'm in for 5,000 shares. That's nuts. I don't use hotkeys. I also base my share size on what I think the stock is going to move. If it's going to move 10 cents or 15 or 20, if that's my estimation, I adjust my share size according to what I think it's going to do or according to how long I want to hold it. And I don't hold them very long, hopefully less than a minute. Unless the stock is in my favor, I'll hold on a little bit longer. Not just a scalping strategy. It's mainly for scalping, not just the strategy itself. And that's really all I do is I scalp. You'll never catch me saying, I'm going to buy this and sell it tomorrow. Ricky, everything is in current setup that you see on the screen over on Discord. Good job, Picker. I can say Picker, he is dedicated, very dedicated. It's probably 2 or 3 a.m. where he is, and he's up and trading. Picker, I hope I helped you get back on your feet. I know you were struggling as a trader as well. So how's it going for you? That's good to hear, Picker. Finally coming together is good news. I don't know what happened to Trader 22. I haven't heard a word from him for, I'm going to say, 9 days. And this is a trader that communicated with me every day. And all of a sudden, he just quit. He's still a member. I've sent him several messages through Discord, no replies. I hope nothing happened to him. Looks like Mara may be bouncing off the bottom of 1696. Probably still in a downtrend, though, maybe making a lower high here for pre-market. I don't know how old he is, but he's a good trader. He actually helped me modify the swing combo. He didn't help me modify it, but his suggestions helped lead the way on it. I guess NVIDIA, Microsoft, AMD, they must all have earnings coming up soon because their stocks are moving. These people are getting in early before the earnings reports come out. All the buy and hold people. Thank you, Calvin, for your support, and God bless you, brother. David Reese, sorry to hear that. I'll put you on my prayer list, you and your wife. You'll get through it. I know you're a strong one. Keep the faith, keep the praying going. Hollywood, I agree totally. I call my limit at $50. If it's above that, it's not worth it to me. Got to spend too much money on them. I think the most money I've ever lost would be $1,700 in one trade. And it wasn't because of the trade or my knowledge. It was because I caught a big red candle. And that's going to happen sometimes. Probably someone sold a bunch of shares without, they just clicked the mouse and sold them. There was no prior knowledge of me knowing that was going to happen. And I've bought 10,000 shares before of a $5 stock or $7 stock. But in this market, I try not to get that deep anymore. Now, 20,000 would be the most I would spend until this market turns around, and I won't spend it all at once. Just all depends on the stock. You have to really know what the stock's doing. You have to read it thoroughly if you're going to drop that amount of money on something. Good morning, Jimmy Noyd. So how about we get the likes up this morning? If you haven't clicked the like button yet, let's keep the ratings up on YouTube. That helps YouTube promote the channel as well. So with your participation and clicking the like button, you keep the ratings up. I really appreciate it if you could help us out. So if I zoom in right here on these candle wicks, you can see this candle had came all the way down and was red. And then the buyers stepped in, so this body would have been solid green. And then the buyers stepped in and they started buying it up and they drove it back up to here. So down here, you want to see wicks on the bottom if you expect it to go up. If you're shorting it, you want to see wicks on the top. So let's say the candle was green up to here and then a tall wick developed. That means the sellers are driving it back down. And it's not always the case. That's not a good way to determine the direction of the stock, because it could only happen in that one candle and then go the opposite direction. Just like here, you see the buyers stepped in, but the stock did not go up. Just like here, you see the buyers stepped in, but the stock continued to fall. You have to really read the overall performance of the stock price. That's why I have confirmation with moving averages and these arrows. These arrows tell me a lot. You can see here they started going downwards, but we had the buyers come in. But the indicating arrows said no. So you have to put all of the tools together to make a wise decision. This is not a guessing game. If you're guessing, you shouldn't be trading, because that's gambling. They do not. These are actually volume spikes. They come from this indicator here. These are live arrows. They are not past information. So if we get a volume spike over here in this candle, and it's recognizable by this indicator, it's going to throw an arrow down here to let you know the buyers are coming in or the sellers are coming in. That's what makes these indicators different from anything you found out there before. Most of them are based on live data. There's no such thing as an educated guess. It's either going to move one way or the other. What makes me buy is everything I discuss in this stream every morning. I like to see a volume spike start here. I like to see high volume come in. I want to see the green candles coming in with these arrows. And I want to see the stock trending up. Everything up here on the screen should help you to make a better decision. I changed over to water. No more coffee. And I spilled my coffee because I have vision issues, so I only have one good eye. So my depth perception is not the same. So when I reached for the coffee sooner than I thought. Just got a warning from YouTube. You are not receiving enough video to maintain smooth streaming. As such, viewers will experience. Can you still hear me? Yeah, the video seems to be lagging. Hopefully it comes back soon. Not my connection. It's between me and YouTube somewhere. I should be back now. Miller Time, I probably wouldn't be able to pick it up because you'd have to put concrete in the bottom of it. Thank you, Randall, for your donation. Greatly appreciate it. God bless you, brother. Michael, I actually see pretty good, except for very close up. My monitors are about 5 feet away from me, but I have enlarged the font, so I can see pretty good. When you're on a motorcycle, you are like a hawk looking for a mouse in a field. I've been riding for many years. I learned that all driveways are intersections. Coming up on that 8 o'clock hour, I will be taking a break at 8. So y'all get ready to buy. Everything will go up while I'm gone. At least that's the story I hear. And I believe them because sometimes I come back and I see red candles where they went up and now they're going down. That is correct, Geraldo. I like quiet, no vibration, air ride suspension, heated seats, cruise control, wind deflectors. That's my way of riding. It's a gold wing. I have everything on it that you can dream of. I call it my high performance wheelchair. That's what I call it. That's my ride right there. I can't fall over. I have a navigator that sits on the back. I don't need one on the dash. Thank you very much. Nothing like having 1,800 cc's between your legs. I actually had two of them. If you notice that gold trailer that was in the back, that's a motorcycle trailer as well. And when we go on long trips, the wife fills that up and leaves me about 3 inches in the corner. And I get to store my stuff in the glove box. That trailer right there, fixing to have it painted black to match the trike. I had a gold wing just like this one that was this color. This is a 2010. Hey, you think I'm joking? I'm serious. I get very little space when we go somewhere. I get to carry a pair of jeans and socks and a pair of shoes and a shirt. The rest is hers. I never knew we needed that much stuff to leave for 2 days. Hey, Jay, I know the feeling. You go buy something and you get home, and a month later you find 5 of them in the closet. I am not kidding, Don. You're going too fast. Wasn't you supposed to turn back there? It's like having a parrot on your shoulder. I have not made it to Sturgis. I do want to go to Montana, but I want to go to Glacier National Park. But the reservations are a year out, and I never know which year I'm going to have available, so it's hard to book it for me. Yeah, it's up in the area, though. We've already did the Smoky Mountains, Florida, Wisconsin, Minnesota. We've traveled quite a bit. David, where's that at? Where is here? Ain't that the truth, AJ? My favorite word when she speaks is okay. Northwest Arkansas. We've been up to Arkansas. Hills and trees. That's what Arkansas consists of. All right, it's 8 o'clock. I'll be back in 5 or 10. All right, I am back, and the stock went up as usual, correct? Julian, I'll look into it, see if I can find you. Julian, I see that you are banned, but I don't see how to unban you. I'll have to look into it after this live stream. I'm going to have to dig into it a little deeper. I think you were caught by one of the bots. I'll try to get it straightened out for you. About 16 minutes to go before market opens. I'll be changing the scans. T-combs, I don't use VWAP or what else did you say? The 200-day. When you're scalping, sometimes they come into play. I used to use them, but I haven't used them in quite some time. It's all volume and price action for me. I've traded below the 200, above the 200, above and below the VWAP. AJ, it takes time. You just make smaller moves. It all depends. If it got a big red candle and it wasn't my fault, I just let it go. I don't even think about it. Just got to start at a lower balance and move forward. I don't change my strategy or anything because I took a loss. I don't change my share size. I just keep moving forward. Julian, you got to be careful posting links. You may post something that benefits people, but it's seen as pushing members over to another subscription service, and that's not allowed on the Discord. You're not the first one it's happened to. We'll get it straightened out later. So when you're trading, you have to understand and accept the fact that you're going to have some losers. It's a part of trading. You can even have 4 winners and 6 losers and still be green if you control your losses. I'm using the desktop. I have bots running on Discord that monitor members joining, members leaving, log notes. I have all kind of stuff running on Discord. Bots that look for spam. If you try to post something, I believe that's over 200 words, it'll block you. AJ, how did you suffer a huge loss? Did you hang on hoping it would turn around? Or you just made a bad decision? Or you caught a red candle? We all take losses. It's nothing to be ashamed of. You just have to work your way through them and try to prevent it from happening again. AJ, that's a common mistake a lot of new traders make, is they hold on. Even some experienced traders still have that problem. They hold on thinking it's going to turn around, and that's the worst thing you can do. Never average down thinking you're going to add more to it, because if you can get that little bitty bounce up, if I average down, I can recover more, and that usually don't work either. Only time I average down is when I'm playing a pullback. I'm not averaging down. I'm waiting for the price to average down. Cap, for you, I coded that because I couldn't see them little bitty tiny numbers up here. So I brought it down here. And this spread is adjustable. It's part of the V4 indicator. If you load this indicator, you'll get all these labels up here. And to adjust it, you can go to studies and edit studies and click this gear icon on V4. And right here, you'll see spread limit. You can set the spread limit to your personal spread limit. Bro, Joe, what entire row are you talking about? So I guess I'm going to call you ET. That's, I can barely make out the letters in your name. ET, either BR or HR3. You'll have to be here each morning and watch us play these pullbacks. They vary in size. They vary in red candles. They vary in activity. But usually they consist of a run up, and we don't chase green candles. And then once it quits running up, I mark a resistance level, and then it'll usually pull back 2 or 3 candles, sometimes just one, and I'll set a support level like down here, and the stock bounces back up higher than the resistance level. We play them quite often when we have stocks to play. You attend these live streams each morning, I'm sure you'll catch a few of them. So we have about 3 minutes to go. I'm going to change the scan, or 4 minutes. I'm going to put the 50-minute up here. I'm going to go back to the gap up at open on this one. So the gap and run scan are stocks that open higher when the market opens and supposedly run after that open. And I'm going to leave magic scan here. We have about 2 minutes to go. I'm not seeing nothing on my 50-minute scan. Let me see what's happening here. Maybe I need to hit the scan button and unlock it or whatever. I'm not liking this. Well, that's not good. Anybody else have the 50-minute scan running? Do you have any stocks in it? Well, I'm going to have to change over to all stocks. I can't go through that. It was working yesterday just fine. We ran it at market open. I'll just leave it on all stocks. Hopefully I'll catch them. Just when you think everything's running fine, then it's not. Let's go. Good luck to you. Be careful at market open. It gets very volatile. AGFY. Let's keep an eye on it for a second. Buyers above the sellers on the dominator line. Man, it looks like they're knocking me out of the market. I've got 6 scans not working. That's not good news for me. So y'all watch your own systems while I try to figure this out. I'm not going to deal with it right now. I'm looking on the scans that are working for a stock play. AGFY is holding that 250 price. And the green line did come above the red one. Could see a bounce here. Be careful of a halt. It's only like 20 cents from here. Once we get 30 minutes into this, I'll reboot ThinkorSwim and see what happens. Not liking it at all. They need to get the bugs out of the system. AGFY is bouncing up, slowly but surely. There's that 273 resistance level that it's been having trouble with. What I would like to see is that this stock breaks pre-market high, which would be right here. Then come back down and retest it and continue running up. That's the safest play. So 281 needs to be broke, a retest to 281 and a run up. Otherwise, it's just going to bounce around. I do that every day, Frank. First thing I do in the mornings is dump everything. All right, I got one of them working. So AGFY has an R vol over 5. So that means the volume is trading 5 times higher than previously. Good job, Skids. TME could be a pullback right here. Let's see if it happens. There would be resistance. This would be support. Let's see if we get a run up from here. The volume is low. Not real low, but it's low. And it's pausing. That's a bad sign. So don't trust this one at all. The SPY is kind of just channeling, squeezing, consolidating, whatever you want to call it. And AGY is playing between support and resistance. DWAC, the spreads are ridiculous again today on it. I can see right a red or orange emblem up there. They jack it up every time it pulls back so that you don't play the dips. Man, I'm lost without my scans. Not enough volume on this stock to interest me at all. I don't like waiting to get out and waiting to get in. So these are the gap up at open stocks. If you haven't used that scanner before, we gapped up at open and now we're consolidating. Same thing on this one. Let's see if we get a pullback out of this stock. Not much money in it. Let's see if we bounce back up or fall or fail. Volume has died. That's a no-go. That one failed already. And AGFY just can't get above 273. I'm going to play this with what y'all post because I can't get anything working over here. BIRK, does it have volume? Very low volume. You want volume flow. You need it much higher than this. This number's pausing. Just a few people coming in, then it halts. Then a few people come in. This is not the kind of play I like. These numbers aren't really flowing. There's no use in you trying to get anything out of it. Might get in okay, but getting out, they may sell you at 100 shares at a time just to get out of it. CELU, cheaper 30-cent stock. Yeah, fun is too cheap for me. You have fun with it. I should say arguments with DWAC yesterday. Don't know if I want to play it today until maybe later on. Let it calm down some. A lot of tall candle wicks on it. It's also low volume. I guess people got frustrated like I did yesterday. This is let's see what this is. FHN, no volume. JetBlue, Possible chance of a dime here, maybe. Or maybe not. We do have crossover of the moving averages right here. But you can't rely just on them. We have no volume in this current candle, hardly at all. Pull back on a penny stock. Let's see if this ends up being fun or no fun. Only 2 pennies between those lines. I don't see any joy in that. See you later, skits. Have a blessed one. Do we get a bounce or do we not get a bounce? There's a spike arrow coming in. Looks like a failure. It's still trying. I'll move on. AMC. I don't play AMC anymore. AGNC low volume. Grab is channeling. Eric is channeling. SPY slowly pulling downwards. No volume on that one. MRAI, I'll check it out. Cheaper stock. Just can't deal with these penny plays. Nice bump up. That's a huge candle for a penny or 2 pennies. Thank you, Romology, for your donation. Greatly appreciate you. God bless. We are currently on MRAI already. The SPY is slowly dumping. You can mark out your pullback here. Maybe it's going to be a pullback. Maybe it's not. Let's see if we can hold above this $1.12. Glad to hear that, Romology. It takes time. You'll get it. You will eventually get it. As long as you participate in the streams. Hopefully we can get some stocks to actually show you how it works. It's been an awful week, really. I mean, this is a very sloppy pullback right here. Most important thing today is don't try to create a trade. Don't take a guess that something's going to go up. That's where you make a mistake. Just like this one here, guessing that it's going to go back to $1.17 is gambling. If it has enough volume, it's going to run up. I'll set a line, it's going to run down. I'll set another one, and it'll immediately jump right back up and break through. That's the plans we're looking for. We're not getting that action this week. We've had it in the past. It's quick responses. Some last couple weeks we couldn't even click fast enough when it got down to support before it blasted back up to the top. This week it's a wait period down there at the bottom. Not every day's a buyer's market. Keep that in mind. Don't try to create a play. If there ain't one there, don't try to just guess at it. AGFY going down the rabbit hole. They had trouble at this level all morning, or most of the morning, and finally gave up. We need Mara to break this 1752 level and push on through it. FTEL. This is what I don't like about FTEL. The previous candle was only 21,000 shares traded. I know they look nice, but it's not my kind of trade. There's not enough volume there to get in and get out quickly. There's not enough candle action. LAES, I'll take a look at it. So if this stock is going to trend up, which is what I prefer, I like pullbacks on stocks that are trending up, not pullbacks on stocks that are falling. So in order for me to play this stock, it needs to break 239, retest 239, and continue the run up. Otherwise, it's going to bounce around below 239. Okay, Mara did break through. That's a good sign. Let's zoom out and see where we actually are on this stock. I'm going to want it to come down and retest. So that's the daily. So on the daily, this stock is trending down. It's just on a little bump up currently. Let's take a look at the 15 while we're up here. So we're at resistance right there. Let's see if we come back down and retest 1762. Good job, sleek designer. So far this morning, out of the entire market, we only had 2 stocks with a relative volume higher than 5. That ought to tell you something right there about how today is going to go. When you only have 2 out of thousands, it's going to be a rough day. Good job, sleek designer. Mara retesting 1752. That's what I thought it would do. Now it's just pulling on back. DWAC not doing much of anything either. So this is the high flyer scan. This scan is looking for all of the stocks where the moving averages are stacked. So the 5 will be above the 13 above the 21, the 21 above the 34, etc. And the price is usually above the 5. And that's what this high flyer scan looks for. These stocks usually trickle up slowly throughout the day. You usually get small red candles on pullbacks as they're moving up. If you're a swing trader, you would probably love this scan. It's going to be the strongest ones moving in the market. I see Mara is in the high flyers scan, so it may push through. That means the moving averages are stacked and the price is above the 5. That's a sign of strength. Mara pushing through. Scott, I don't think there are. There is a possibility I could have loaded it twice, but I don't think so. Are they both identical stocks? If they are, you can delete one of them. Mara retest in 1778. Mara looking good here. It's probably going to slow crawl for a while, or slow crawl till I get in. Then it'll fast drop. It's actually low volume for Mara. CELU. I looked at it earlier. Yeah, that's a cheaper stock I'm not interested in, but you guys can play it. I'm looking for one good trade. That's all I'm looking for. Something in my price range. I guess if Mara is going to move up, so is Wolf, WULF. They're pretty much the same thing. LNK. Man, it's like everything is in slow motion this morning. RX. Well, if it says 2, does it match mine up here, Stonks? That's a good way to judge it. I'm sorted by Momo, so if you sort yours by Momo, you should have the same order of stocks. That's a good way to tell which one to keep. Yeah, I would keep that one, get rid of the other one. You may have the older version. I may have updated it over time. And I think you've been here long enough to catch the updates. So RX, slowly crawling up. I don't want slowly crawling up. I want action. See Mara jumping all over the place. It must be moving higher. It is. Nice moves on Mara on that candle. But the entry was back here on this red one, not on this big tall green one. Need to wait on a pullback to get in it. It's holding pretty strong at this price level. May not get a strong pullback if the buyers are still present. They could just be taking a little profit here. I can see the buyers. I can see the wick on the bottom. The buyers are keeping it up. We do have green bars and we do have green above red. Possible entry. It is at the top of high flyers with the most volume. No, it's all low volume today, but it is moving up. I got to give it credit. It's doing it on lower volume than normal. There's a spike arrow. I would say you're pretty safe if you got in at that 1803 or around 18 on that red candle. At least you have room to get out before a loss. Having trouble at this 1803 level. Hopefully it stays above it. And it's trying to. I'm seeing a shift of momentum right here. Yeah, I'm seeing that as well. It's not too big of a pullback, though. It's kind of channeling, really. I don't think I'm going to play DWAC today, especially when you get a 50-cent spread and you're in for 1,000 or 2 shares. That's a lot of money to leave on the table. They've been messing with the spread awfully strong lately. Good job, OT. Green is green. You made more than I did off of it. I didn't play it. Kind of stocks I hate. You get a momentum play and then all of a sudden a drop down, a gap down on the next candle. On this stock yesterday, I actually seen a gap down on a green candle. Like we had a tall green candle and the next green candle started down here and went up. Why didn't it start up here and go up? It started down here. It brought a little frustration to my trading, so I got out with a profit and never looked back. See you later, Mojave Trader. Have a blessed day. I don't know what you see in MULN. Look at this volume. How are you ever going to trade it? I can't follow the numbers on level 2. They're not worth it to me. Just like this one's out of the blue right here, right? Real choppy, real strong pullback, choppy again, then a big green candle. PFRG very volatile. I don't know why I'm expecting a big red candle to pop in on this stock, but that's the feeling I get. All right, my time is expiring. If you haven't joined my YouTube channel, there's a link in the description. Please watch the YouTube videos, comment on the videos. Help me keep my ratings up on YouTube. Let's draw other investors in here. The more we have, the better the opportunity for us to make money. If you haven't joined my Discord, there's the link to Discord. Join our Discord. Head over to Start Here and to the how-to videos. And this is what I was expecting right there. Head over to the how-to videos. Get these scripts loaded and current setup. You'll be good to go for tomorrow morning. Keep in mind, tomorrow morning is Friday, and we know how Fridays can go. Most people are going back to cash. It makes it hard to trade. But maybe Friday will turn around for us, and we'll get another good play in. You never know. Thank you for joining us this morning. Be careful in your trading, and as always, God bless. See you later.